1-800-795-1800.
That's the number you can call to become a partner in hope. We'll get back to that number in just a second. Heck, I'll say it again. 1-800-795-1800. Special guests in studio now, Fisher and his mom, Philana. And Fisher, how old are you, buddy?
11.
11 years old? Yeah, so how long you been 11? Exactly, I know.
A year.
Are you about to have a birthday?
Yeah.
Oh.
December 19th.
Let's go. Okay. That's coming up quick. Maybe I'll give you a present or something before you leave. You want a present? I don't know what I have, but I probably got something, huh? So Fisher has brain cancer, right? Had. Okay, good. Because this is why I want your mom. Will you tell me about the process, like how you learned, like the very early on, how you learned Fisher had something, like the cancer, you later realized it was cancer, but how that happened?
It started off with just a few random headaches, and it progressed really fast. It went from a few random, the next week was every morning, the following week was every morning and every afternoon, and then that following week on Wednesday, he got sick at school, so they called me to go get him. They thought he had a stomach bug, but when I picked him up, he was like, "Mom, this headache." So we went to urgent care, who told us it was a sinus infection. And I was like, he's just not a complainer. So I scheduled him to see his regular pediatrician on the Friday. He was passing all of his neurological tests. He showed no symptoms of like a balance inconsistency or anything. So she kind of felt the same that, maybe it's his sinuses. Give it a couple more days.
Did you feel they were wrong? Like as a mom, did you feel that they probably didn't have a total grasp of it?
In my gut, I don't know. There was just a part of me that was like, something's just not right. But I don't know. We're just a pretty laid back family. So I didn't throw up any immediate red flags.
Fisher, were the headaches different than like a normal headache?
Not really.
So there was no reason for you to think other than it could have been sinuses or something, right?
The only thing that I thought is, why am I getting them every day consistently?
Because you'd never had that happen.
Never.
So then what do you do after they say sinus infection?
We were just going to take the antibiotics and give it a couple more days. But on the Saturday, we couldn't get the headache to go away. He was miserable. We tried to make a trip to the camp thinking, if it is migraines that are starting from him kind of getting older, maybe if we distract him.
What's the camp?
Our deer camp.
Got it.
So we, thought, let's get a distraction for the weekend. And on the way there, he was in so much pain that I was like, this is clearly not a sinus headache. We made it there for an hour or two, loaded back up, and had my husband just drop us off at the door of the ER.
Okay, so they want to know, okay, you've had headaches, and you tell them you went to the urgent care, you went to the doctor, this is what they've said. So what did they do that's different?
In the lobby, he kind of stumbled, and I got a little alarmed, so I went and told the nurse, like, that's unusual, something's not right. I guess we were just blessed by that nurse. She kind of pushed the issue quick, and within about 10 minutes, we were in the back. He had already had his CT, and they were starting an IV, and they had already given him, like, pain medicine. And within 45 minutes of being there, the doctor came in and told us that he had a mass on his brain and that there was an ambulance waiting for us to be transported.
What do you remember about that, Fisher, that day? Like the hospital and all that. What do you remember?
All I really remember is getting out of the camper, walking in, going to sleep, and waking up in a room.
Really? And it's going to be hard to describe the emotion, but when they say there's something on his brain, like, what do you think as a mom?
It was, like, I think I was just stunned. There was a part of me, like I said, that had that kind of gut feeling that, like, something wasn't right, but I never thought that. And it was just so much to take in, and it went so fast.
Where did they take him from there?
They took him to the St. Jude affiliate in Baton Rouge. It was about midnight when they got us there.
And what happens when you arrive there? Do they go to work immediately trying to figure out what it is?
They had doctors waiting already
Really?
that were there to talk to us, multiple doctors. They already had a game plan, already had him on the schedule for in the morning what was going to happen. Their goal for that night was just to make sure he stayed comfortable and to get a team together for the morning.
I imagine you didn't sleep much. No. Yeah. Just
It was an unusual feeling. Like yesterday, I was looking back because yesterday was 1 year that we walked into the ER. So, like to walk in and read the oncology floor, like you never think, wow, this is going to be me and, my child walking through an oncology floor. So I remember like that night when he was sleeping, I just kept replaying when you walk through, it's that St. Jude affiliate, but it's the oncology floor.
and it had to be like, is this even real?
I think it took a couple days.
Yeah, like what? Because you're right. You never actually picture it being you, or even
No.
worse, your kid.
Like I remember my grandmother, my entire life with the St. Jude kids on her refrigerator because, she would donate, and never in a million years do you think, wow, that might be my kid's picture.
Wow. So, and I have a lot more I want to get to, but Fisher, you're wearing a cowboy hat there. I saw some signatures. Who is that? What's happening up
Lainey
there?
and Sam Hunt.
You met Laney Wilson and Sam Hunt?
Yes, sir.
Where'd you meet them?
Lainey was the exact day on my last chemo. Sam was. They were both at St. Jude. I'm trying to think when Sam was.
But they were both at the hospital?
Yeah.
They both signed it? That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Do you like Lainey? You a big Lainey fan?
Mhm.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. Okay, here's what we're going to do here. And by the way, if you're listening, and we're going to talk more about specifically St. Jude in just a second, you can become a partner in hope and help people like Fisher. You can text 1-800-795-1800. I guess you call that number now. 1-800-795-1800. Call the number. We have a phone bank here. People that are ready to answer. $19 a month to help the kids at St. Jude fight cancer because no family receives a bill. Because of people like you that are listening. 1-800-795-1800. You guys can become a partner in hope. So I'll give you the number to call, and then I'll give you the number to text later. But the number to call, we have people standing by right now. 1-800-795-1800. Become a partner in hope, $19 a month, and you will help kids at St. Jude fight cancer. And I don't just say those words. Like we have Fisher here who is 11. He's about to be 12, though, like almost immediately. Hey, life changes when you're 12. Do you know that? Like armpit, you can't even stop your armpit hair from growing. It grows so much. You can have down to your knees in like a day.
Don't
Did you know
scare
that?
him, man. You're going to scare him.
Oh. I'm just saying, 12 is a whole different ball game. Fisher had brain cancer, and we were talking with Philana, his mom, a few minutes ago, and we got to the point where you were at like the St. Jude affiliate in Baton Rouge. At what point did the doctor say, hey, we want to send you to St. Jude in Memphis? Like, how does that conversation happen?
When they made a game plan that they were going to go ahead and do his first brain surgery to remove the tumor on the front of his brain, they said, we're going to do this, he'll be stable, and then we're going to send everything to St. Jude and have their team look at it, and then you'll get a better game plan. So we did the surgery the following day, and then they told us, oh, you'll have about 2 weeks before it was holidays, it was Thanksgiving break. Because of the holidays, it was like about 2 weeks, and we didn't make it home. We were about 10 minutes from home, and one of their doctors called and said, we need you to turn around.
Man.
He's got one of the tumors that's going to cause an issue.
It was that significant.
Yes. The one on his cerebellum was, he believed was still causing the pressure problem. So he gave us he said, I need you, on the road by like 2 a.m. So
Oh, wow.
And where do you live? Do you live in Louisiana?
South Louisiana.
So do you start, because I think what I would start doing is Googling everything about the brain. I'd be an expert, the cerebellum, the cerebrum.
Yes.
And probably getting myself in trouble, like learning.
You do.
Yeah.
Before we had our team conference with the doctors, everybody's like, don't go down that rabbit hole. But as a parent, you can't not, because you want to know, how do you fix it? And you do. You read all the things that you probably shouldn't read. For his case, his cancer type it's a lot. It can go many different ways. There's all subgroups and subtypes and markers, and you kind of, I have no medical background at all.
And it's the
but you
brain,
learn.
right? It's the brain, which we know nothing. I mean, I know nothing about the brain.
Yep.
We know very little about the brain.
Yep.
And so I can understand where a lot of anxiety would set in because of, just in general, cancer with your kid.
Yep.
But then brain.
And then they tell you, like, any of the surgeries, we don't know what's going to come out of it. Not just the cancer, but what side effects is he going to have? Will he be able to walk again? will he lose the ability to talk because we're messing with that tumor?
How do you communicate with him? Like, what do you tell him?
That was awful. The day that they told him that he had a brain tumor, I couldn't get the words out. We had to get Child Life to come in to tell him because I couldn't look at him at 11 knowing he understood and say that. They did tell him it was just one, but he's pretty swift. He caught on to it quick. When we got to St. Jude on our first visit, the doctor said something, and he was like, wait, what? There's more? Like, he picked up on it quick. That was hard.
When you get to St. Jude Fisher in Memphis, what's that like?
Definitely hard to describe.
Good, hard, bad, easy. Like, tell me all of your feelings. You get to the place. Like, what is the hospital like there?
I mean, giant,
Yeah.
very big. Most of the people, all of the people there, they don't look like they're not happy. Not a day that I was there, no one's not happy to be there. Even if they are inside, they don't show it at all.
Such a positive vibe.
Yeah.
And you get there, and like the doctors, like, how do they talk to you?
I mean, pretty calm, collected.
Yeah. The fact you used the word collected at 11
Yeah.
is amazing. I just learned that like last year to say collected. Look at you. So tell me about like the process. Like what starts to happen? And how long were you there total in Memphis, if you had to guess?
Well, 2 months in 2023, and then we had the break for Christmas that we went back for my birthday and Christmas, and then we were there for 10 months.
Did
So
you-
right about
a year
around
all
a
in?
year. Yeah.
Did you make a lot of friends there?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yes.
A lot of kids that are going through similar things.
Yep.
What do you guys do there for fun?
I mean, around there, sometimes you can get free and go places, but most of it, they have their second floor. It is been too long since it's been there. I can't remember.
Makerspace.
What?
Makerspace.
Makerspace. There's music lounge. They have 3D printers. They always have like different crafts out every day. They have a wood engraver, vinyl stuff.
So a lot of stuff for you
Yeah.
to do.
Oh, yeah.
When you say go free, like they don't let you go to like Bill Street, like hang out at the bars. No, you're okay. You're just only like 10 or
No, like-
11. Got it.
Like the putt-putt places.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Much different. Yeah, that's what I would do too. So you're there for overall a year. You got to go home. So is that because you were progressing? Is that why during the holidays?
It takes time to set up their radiation because it's so complex. So they do scans, and it takes them a while to build the program that is specific to him. They were doing it as fast as they could because they knew we needed to get started. But we did get a couple days to go home for celebrate Christmas a few days early. And then once we were there, we didn't get much of a break after that. Every time that he should have had a break, his counts were never good enough to go home.
We talk a lot about how when people become a partner in hope, which is why we do these shows, which is why we've done it for years, that the $19 a month goes to help the kids at St. Jude fight cancer and that families never receive a bill. Can you speak on that never receiving a bill part of it?
I can't imagine going through the day-to-days of keeping track of the medicines or the appointments or what's working or what's not working, and then on the back end worrying, how are we going to pay? It's a lot there, but there's no stress. Nothing. You're not worried about, simple things of like, can we go eat out tonight because that's what he's hungry for? Because they allow you to have your entire focus on your child. I was never worried about, what bill is my husband getting at home? How is this going to affect our family long term? Will we ever come out of it? Because we knew that him being here, not only was he getting taken care of, but that our family was going to be able to keep it together.
And that's why we encourage you guys that are listening that if you can become a partner in hope, the $19 makes such a difference. So you can call 800-795-1800. We got people here waiting. You get the black crew neck sweatshirt, It says Pimp and Joy. It's the Bobby Bone Show. So what about whenever you guys did chemo, radiation? How long was that? And just from knowing other people that have gone through it, it's terrible for everybody involved. How long did you have to do it, and how intense was it?
For him, they chose 6 weeks of radiation. It was 30 rounds, with 20 being all over and the last 10 being aimed directly at the tumors remaining. His cancer was higher risk and it was being aggressive, so they chose to add chemo with that. So every day he woke up and did chemo and then went to do radiation after, which you don't see that often with children. And then he got a short break, and then we started the hard chemo. That was 3 chemos together over a 4-day span. He would do that, and then as soon as his body showed like it was recovering, they would just start another round.
At what point did you feel like we are progressing? Like we might actually do this?
I got hopeful when a couple weeks after radiation ended, they said, we're seeing a response. So be hopeful that even though he was stage 3, we're seeing a response. So that was probably our first turning point, and I think it was what gave us, something to look forward to and help us through that next couple months that were pretty hard.
When did you finish chemo, Fisher?
First round or second round?
All done. When were you all done? In the last few months?
Yeah.
August. Did you do it? Did you ring a bell?
I was
Send a balloon
asking them. They didn't have one.
Didn't have a bell?
I know.
What?
He was very upset over no bell.
No bell?
I saw a video of it, and the second it was done, I'm like, "Where's my bell?"
Exactly.
There's no bell.
How did it feel to finish it?
Amazing.
Why?
I got to go do the things with my friends that I've always done.
That's the best part about being home and not having to worry about that anymore. What's your favorite memory from being at St. Jude?
I don't know. There's a lot.
Give me a couple. There are no wrong answers here.
Meeting Lainey, meeting Sam, probably meeting a lot of my friends there.
Yeah. Pretty cool how they keep that environment, huh?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of sucks, let's be honest, at why people are there, but it's such a positive place with everyone that is there.
Yeah.
What would you tell another kid, Fisher, that's listening right now, if they're starting to go through something like this?
I don't know. I mean, you're the one that knows what to say. I don't.
If one of your friends got
what if
sent
one
there
of your
tomorrow,
one of
what would
your
you
friends?
tell
What would
them?
any
Do you
case
think
they were
there's
like, what?
anything to worry about?
Yeah, what would you
Oh,
say?
yeah. There's nothing to worry about.
Like St. Jude's got you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. What would you say? Oh, you know what's crazy? I just keep thinking about that the magnet on the fridge, or like your grandma's fridge that have of St. Jude kids.
It's hard. Even now, we get home, and I've gotten 2 since we've been home, and it's kids that we met that were living in the same housing as us.
That are now on like the
Yes, and it's
pictures.
It's the most unusual feeling, but like it hurts your heart to see them and then realize, like it's not just a picture. Like it was a kid we met and we played outside and drove remote controls with, and there's just no way for people to know that kid's story,
And to a lot of parents out there, I would say most think, "Wow, this probably will never happen to me." I mean, that was you who thought
Absolutely.
this would never happen to you. This just happens on TV.
Absolutely.
But it did. And if someone's listening now, and they're thinking about it, being a partner in hope, like what would you ask them?
That you please consider this. There's no way to describe watching your child go through the treatment that they need, but not having to worry about if you can pay for what's going to save their life. I will forever be grateful for that.
So if you're listening now, you can text the word Bobby to 785-833. Click the link from St. Jude to donate. That link is okay to click. If you text the word Bobby, which is my name, to 785-833, you'll get a link from St. Jude. Click the link, fill it out. For $19 a month, you can help kids like Fisher at St. Jude fight cancer. Another great thing is any of the research they do, they share it openly and freely with everybody, every hospital, everyone. So even if you're not at St. Jude and you're at a hospital somewhere else, like that research that these people that are listening that become partners that they're funding, it goes out to help other kids all around the country. So Fisher, you're a pretty cool kid. You never know, some kids aren't that cool. You're pretty cool, man. I gotta admit, you're pretty cool. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's pretty cool. I get to be 12 now. Remember the armpit hair thing? Do you wear deodorant? Okay, good. Because some kids don't wear deodorant because they're like, my armpits don't stink yet. But like, now it's time. I'm just going to be that guy. I'm going to be your friend and let you know, like, it's time to start wearing deodorant. Even if it doesn't smell that bad. But not too much cologne. Do you ever wear cologne?
Oh, my gosh, my brother.
Oh, okay, so you know what it's like then. You know what too much.
Barely breathe in the car.
Yeah, okay.
Those tiny things of cologne that
Yes.
are extremely strong, and you're only supposed to like touch it.
One little one.
He's
What's he do? How old's he?
He's 14.
Okay.
He like holds it down. Bad.
You have an example then. You can do a little cologne, but don't do the holding it down. I feel like you're a smart guy. You got this.
You like spray it and then walk through it.
And only once. And only on special occasions. Mostly deodorant. But then if it's like, you got something, you do a little cologne, big day. Big day up here, maybe you wear a little cologne. I don't. I don't ever wear cologne. Okay, so.
This is every day for you, though.
I know, but it's like pretty special. I get to meet people like you. This is pretty cool for me. Pretty cool day for me. You're out there, you're listening now. Become a partner in hope. The number 1-800-795-1800 or text the word Bobby to 785-833. Thank you guys for coming up.
Thank you.
You have made such a difference. I know you may just be thinking by yourself and by this goofballs show, but like you have made such a difference in being up here, sharing your story. And I think this, and people hearing this, will be the version of somebody singing on a refrigerator. And one day, how the world works in weird ways. All right, Fisher, I'm going to be watching for you. What do you want to do when you grow up? What's the deal?
I'm hoping to either exceed my dream and be a professional not motocross, enduro racer.
Okay, I don't know. I know motocross. I don't know what enduro is.
Is
it like long time riding a bike for like hours and days?
Like racing through the woods.
Oh, like
through
so
the woods.
Cross country running, but for motorcycles.
Yes.
Yeah. But motocross is track, see everything, and it's only for like 5 minutes. My races are, the younger kids, it's like 20 minutes. Races that I do, it's like 45 minutes.
They're wimps compared to you. Keep going. Yeah, you got this. So that's what you want to do? Yeah. You have a bike?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. One time, my friend had a moped. I got on it. You know what a moped is?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a weenie bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrecked it in like 5 minutes. Fell over immediately. Never got on it again. So I'm scared of those. You're a bigger dude than I am. Okay, Fisher, you're the man. Philana, thank you so much. Everybody out there, become a partner in hope if you can. If you can't afford it right now, we totally get it. If you can, you're looking for a reason to help change lives, 1-800-795-1800, and we'll be back.